Mystic Garage. I got a new project today. It's a pellet grill. I've never had one of these before. I'm really excited about it. And I just you just saw a time lapse of me pulling everything out of the box. We got a bunch of instructions that I can read about 50% of because it's some other language. And we're gonna go ahead and I'll time lapse you of me putting this together, but here's the fun thing. You've seen the charcoal smoker barrel build that I did. If not, go ahead and take a look at that video. But I want to do a comparison on these pellets. I'm going to smoke something on this pellet grill, and then we're going to smoke the same thing on the charcoal drum, and we're going to compare ease of use, flavor, time of cook, all those things. So let's get this thing put together, make it look like something that's gonna cook some meat, and then put it to use. Let's do it. Okay, I'll put you on a little time lapse here. Nothing too dramatic or exciting or crazy with the build. Really just like any other piece of furniture that you'd buy, you put together, double, triple, quadruple check your pictures and your instructions, and it should go together just fine. I had no issues here. I think this is something really anybody could put together. There's nothing too extremely heavy that you need to move or lift. So as far as the build process goes, yeah, pretty straightforward. Maybe halfway. Had to stop for a cold drink. Had to try out the new holder. Not loving these red pieces. I just don't think they really go. So I think I'm going to take them off. There's just three screws, and try to spray them black. Put it back on. Got a little bit left of this Krylon indoor-outdoor satin black. Do that. Done some grilling on this, but not tried any type of smoking yet. And there's a smoke feature, temperature supposedly. Let's take a look. So we got a basket full of pellets, just using generic, basically the cheapest pellets I could find at Wally World. Nothing too crazy here. You can see it's been used for burgers, brats, dogs, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to walk you through the startup process on this. So startup process on this is a little different than the gas. It's already plugged in. All you're going to do is hit the on switch. You'll see it flash, and then you're going to go to smoke cycle. And you'll start seeing some blue smoke coming through. Once you see the blue smoke, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. You're just going to flip up your temperature to where you want it, and within 5 minutes you're up to temperature. Real easy. So let's get that to smoke mode, get it started. We'll grab the chicken. Okay, we are lit. Simple salt and pepper loaded up. Stuff a bunch of pineapple chunks in the bottom. Perfect. Let's go ahead and throw our chicken on. And set the timer for 1 hour. We'll come back and check it. That'll give us time to go light the charcoal and get that one going. So let's head up to the front and do that. Okay, we got the ugly drum out. The ease of use for that pellet grill as far as firing it up, I think it's pretty obvious that's going to be a lot easier than the process we're about to go through. But the point of this is to see how good is that chicken on a pellet versus taking a little bit of extra time and lighting your charcoal and getting your temperature set on an ugly drum. Now we're only doing a little bit of meat here, a little chicken, just for the test, because I wanted to have pretty much the same piece of meat on each grill so we could get a better idea. But generally I would be doing a lot more like a brisket or a pork butt, Boston butt, something like that on here. So keep that in mind as well. First thing we're going to do is open this thing up. We're going to get all of our valves open, wide open, our air valves. That's our temperature settings. We got 3 of them. And then we're going to pull the grates out so we can get access to our basket in the bottom, our charcoal basket, and we're going to fill that up and light it. So let me grab my hook for that. Here comes our basket. Go ahead and empty our ash, put some fresh in. I'm just using regular Kingsford charcoal, nothing fancy. Okay, I got all the ash out and everything from our last burn. We got a little bit of charcoal left in there that's okay to keep. Now I'm going to fill the rest with fresh. You can also put apple wood or peach or any other type of wood that you want in here to help get your smoke flavor. But because we're not doing that on our pellet grill, I'm not going to do it today on this. I'm going to keep it plain, easy, Kingsford charcoal. Anybody can buy it anywhere. Nothing special there. Way too much. I'll light it up, get it off the stool. I just have it on there so you guys can see it. All right, I know, before anybody says anything, I'm using lighter fluid to start this, which is a cardinal sin. However, for this, I'm going to let it burn plenty long out here before I use it to cook to get all that residual off of that. So if you were in a more of a hurry, you could use a starter basket with your charcoal with some paper, get it hot, dump it in there. Not necessary. If you have a big enough burn basket, just let it burn for a little bit and throw it in there. Let's do lighter first. There we go. Okay. Let's let that burn for a little bit, and I'll be back with you. Alright, I think we're doing a pretty good burn going here. So next step is let's dump it in and get us up to temperature. Go. Put our grates back in. You only need the one, but I'm just going to put them both in for now. And there's nothing like the smell of charcoal. That's a win for the ugly drum. The aroma is nice. All right. We're gonna go about half throttle on our front air dams here, because I know that'll get us to about 225, 250 after a while here. And we'll get our smoke more blue, less white smoke, what you want. And we'll get our chicken and throw it on here. I'd say in the next 20 minutes or so, give or take. Okay, back about 15 minutes later, we're at about 185. I have it back down to the smoke dial here. So if you remember, we turned it up to 225, threw the chicken on, shut it, and then I came back and turned it to smoke. We do have, it's hard to see, there's a little smoke coming out of there, but not a whole lot. Not even close to what we see with our charcoal. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. There's some smoke in there. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. We're at about 275. It's still settling in, but we're good enough to throw our chicken on. So let's get this one started. It's been a total process of about 30 minutes since we threw the chicken on the pellet grill. So that one is almost halfway cooked. So we'll go check on that in a minute. So as far as starting and ease of use, 1 point for the pellet grill, 0 points for the charcoal. However, smell and aroma, 10 points for the charcoal. Look at that. Okay, let's take a look at our, pretty good, looking like it's doing its thing. I'm gonna go ahead, it's been about halfway through now, about half hour. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our temp up to 225. So the next half hour we can try to get some heat. We got some smoke, we're gonna try to get some heat in that meat and get it finished here in about an hour, hour 15. I don't want it to take much longer than that for this simple type of smoke here. So we'll let this go another 30 minutes, come back and probe it and see where we're at. Okay, it's been about 1 hour. Let's see what we look like. Starting to get some color. I'll go ahead and probe the spot here and see where we're at for temp. A little ways to go yet. Looking for about 180. So go ahead and shut it back up. Put in some more temperature. Let's bring it up 275 and check it in another 20-30 minutes. Okay, we've been at about an hour 25 minutes. Let's go ahead and open this up. That's looking good. Let's get a probe on it and see what we got. About 165, so I'm gonna let it go a little longer. It's taking a little longer than I expected. All right, this one's been on for about 50 minutes or so, but I've been running it a little hotter. That looks fantastic. We're at 150. I'd say a little bit longer on this one. We will be in good shape. Okay, we got both of them up to our temperature, took them off and brought them inside, letting them rest a minute. But I'm gonna share the shutdown procedure because it is a little bit unique with a pellet grill. And then I'll show you the shutdown procedure with the ugly drum smoker. So let's start with the pellet. All you're gonna do is go down here and there's a shutdown. You're gonna bring it down to shutdown mode. What that does is it lets the fan continue to run for about 10 minutes, but it kills the auger down to nothing, shuts it right down so that you're not putting any more pellets in the burn. And it's important you let it do that. So 10 minutes, it'll just completely shut down, and then you come out here and just flip the switch to off. Easy peasy. Now, ugly drum smoker, we're just gonna suffocate it. Turn off the air vents. So all we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and kill our air vents. We got two on the front here. We're gonna shut those down. And then our one on the back down here, which always stays wide open. shut that down, and then this will put the fire out. And it'll take a while because it's warm. So you just let it sit out here and it'll shut her right down. So that's easy as it gets right there. Okay, let's head back inside, take a look at the two chickens side by side. And I got my taste tester, my son in there, probably both of them. They want to try it, so we're gonna see what they think. All right, here's our finished product. The one on the right, this is from the pellet grill. This is from our ugly drum smoker. You know, at first appearance, they look, this one's obviously a little smaller, but they look color-wise similar. This one was on for about 30 minutes longer than the bigger one to get to temperature. However, I was running this at about 300, and this one only around 250, 275. So to be fair, probably would have been closer to the same time, but a little quicker on the ugly drum this time, so 1 point for that. Color-wise, I'd say they both look good. Let's slice them open and see what our smoke ring looks like and taste. All right, so the ugly drum, tender. Pellet grill, also. They look very similar. Taste test time. Go ahead and try ugly drum first. See what you think.
It's good. I like this one better.
Oh, pellet grill, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Try it without the skin on it. See if it tastes.
That one better.
Okay. All right, so my impressions are the pellet grill, fantastic chicken, tasted great. If you're looking for something that's quicker and easier to do, you know, you're gonna get a good product out of it. The smoky flavor isn't as vibrant as you get with the ugly drum. If you were to try the pellet chicken first, you would get a nice taste, a little bit of a smoky sense to it, and it's great. If you go right to the ugly drum chicken right after that first bite in the pellet grill, you get hit in the face with much more of a smoky Texas flavor. I mean, it's quite substantial. But if you only had the one, it'd be fine either way. So I guess the point of this is, yes, they both do a pretty good job. I think the pellet grill is better as a grill than a smoker. I know there's ways to put smoke boxes in there and add chips and make more smoke, but it kind of defeats the purpose of what I wanted the pellet grill for. I wanted ease of use, good flavor, easy to cook on, not worrying about propane running out, all that stuff. So I think they're both winners, but they're just a little different flavor. You know, you're just gonna get that deep smoke flavor in a drum. So my oldest liked the pellet one, as you saw. My youngest came in later. He didn't care. He liked them both. He said it was awesome, in his words. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe. Helps a fella out. And we got more stuff coming at you here. Whenever I get another goofy project going on, I'll be sure to take you along. So we'll see you next time.